This is breaking news from the 7 Action Newsroom.
We begin with breaking news tonight from City Hall. With a power shift in Detroit, the mayor and the city council are taking back control of daily operations, but the emergency manager will stay on for a limited role for the bankruptcy. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner is live downtown tonight to unravel this deal. Jim?
Yeah, Stephen, and for a year and a half, the mayor and city council have been sitting on the sidelines here at City Hall while Kevin Orr has run those day-to-day operations. Kevin Orr signing his order restoring the day-to-day power back to them. At the same time, he will stay on as emergency manager, according to a resolution passed by city council. They actually voted to fire him, to oust him as emergency manager, but that will become effective when Detroit's plan of adjustment that's still in bankruptcy court in the trial is confirmed by Judge Stephen Rhodes, and then the judge sets an effective date. Once that plan becomes effective, that's the day that Kevin Orr is out. It's been a contentious last 3 days. There was one possibility that the mayor, Mike Duggan, who's an attorney, could have been appointed emergency manager. He rejected that, and we're finding out just how contentious this process has been. Listen.
You know, I'm not going to try to characterize the positions of the parties. Let's just say that a level of coordination, hard votes, hard position for people to take, not easily accepted, but a level of reason and ration, just the right thing to do right now for where we are.
Voters voted no for an emergency manager, and we're ready for democracy. And to just say that we still had an emergency manager kept a lot of deliberation amongst all of my colleagues.
I made clear to the governor from day one there was no circumstance under which I would consider being the emergency manager. I think that would have been a total breach of faith with the voters of the city of Detroit.
Now, I can tell you why Governor Rick Snyder was not here. He was certainly involved in this process behind the scenes. He obviously is in agreement on this. Kevin Orr stays as the emergency manager till the bankruptcy process is done. Day-to-day operations back with the mayor and city council. Stephen?
All right, Jim, thank you for that live report tonight. We're going to switch now and join us to talk about this Orr announcement with Detroit Free Press editorial page editor Stephen Henderson, our Detroit 2020 insider. All right, so for what you see of this deal, Stephen, good, bad, indifferent?
I think it's the best deal we could have hoped for. You know, everybody gets a little something out of this. Council gets to say that, you know, they voted to restore democracy. They and the mayor will get control of day-to-day operations, but they don't chase Kevin Orr out of town before his work is finished. And there was a real danger that just to make a point, they might do that, and that would jeopardize the bankruptcy.
Judge Stephen Rhodes obviously has been working very closely with Kevin Orr on this whole deal. Would it have jeopardized things had he suddenly disappeared and put it in somebody else's hands?
I don't see any practical way that could have worked. This bankruptcy is Kevin Orr's baby. He designed the bankruptcy from the beginning, came up with the plan of adjustment. You know, the quick pace that we've seen for these proceedings is due largely to him. All of the settlements that have been procured from creditors, he did that. It would have been very, very difficult to bring somebody else in at that late hour to continue that work and be as effective.
So you don't see any point here in what you see about this deal. Orr is giving over the daily control, but he's keeping control of the bankruptcy in effect.
Yeah, he keeps control of the bankruptcy, and I think you know, you've got to give a lot of credit to the political actors here. There were people on city council who were very uncomfortable, as you heard in the clips, with the idea of keeping an emergency manager at all. For them to have voted unanimously for this deal shows a lot of political maturity, and that they are putting the interests of voters ahead of, in some cases, their own political interests, and that's an important development.
All right, and also kind of unusual in the city of Detroit over the last bunch of years, but it's good to see this time around.
We've needed that.
Stephen Henderson, thank you as always for your insight.